Hello and welcome to episode 7. Okay, so in this episode, I was thinking we probably just need to complete our base. So we've got a nice working ship now. Okay, so yeah, this works. We did this last episode. I'm very pleased with it so far. It needs a lot of improvement still, but yeah, it's doing very well. At the moment, our base, though, however, is not doing quite so well. It's just a frame at the moment. It worked for building the basics of the ship. We obviously used the ship to collect all of our resources, so we have absolutely plenty of everything, including loads of crushed stone, which we'll be able to use to build the rest of our base up. Also, if I was to, obviously the ship's constantly on, but if I turn the lights off, okay, the base has no light. So it becomes very dark, difficult to see anything. So at the moment, again, I'm using my ship to light the base, just for convenience to begin with, but it's not going to work in the long run. You may remember last episode as well, we ran out of fuel in the base. So the first thing I'm going to do, okay, is get a lot more fuel for the base. Now, a kind of sneaky way to do that, so if we just go on the constructor and we go onto our small vessel, and then we go onto the fuel tanks and we just build 2 fuel tanks for now. Okay, this won't take very long to build, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those 2 fuel tanks and put them on top of the ship. Okay, and that will allow me to purchase a lot more fuel from the trader and bring it back here to power the base fully. So we'll get these 2 fuel tanks. We also need to build a whole heap more of concrete blocks for the base. Okay, so we're going to build the base up properly, so we'll need plenty more concrete base. It's going to be quite a large expansion project. I've got quite a lot of things planned. I think I'm actually quite excited to show everybody. So now let's have a look at the concrete blocks. Let's build. We'll build 200 concrete blocks. Okay, that probably will get most things ready. Yeah, so we'll do 200 concrete blocks, and we're also going to build a whole bunch more of assault rifles. That is for selling at the trader. We could do that in both of these, so we'll do a whole bunch more in here as well. Okay, so we've got plenty to sell in the trader. Let's just check we've got enough fuel for the night. 23, well, it'll have to do. Might not be enough. So I'm going to sleep now, come back in the morning. Hopefully most things will be built. Let's have a look. Okay, and so it's morning. So we slept through the night. Let's have a look what we managed to build. So plenty of guns now. Did we build all 200? Oh, this is one inventory. Obviously they're linked separately. So there's another 20 guns there. And if we check in the other container, I don't understand why there's not very many. Did we run out of power that quickly? Oh, we ran out of power. Okay, well it's a good thing I'm doing what we're doing. So what we'll do then is, first things first, we'll jump on here and we'll press F4, we'll link the inventories which are already linked. We'll take the 2 fuel tanks and we will put them just on top of the ship. These are very temporary. These are just while we go to the trader. We also have our inventory which is full of guns. So we'll take the ship up to the trader. Okay, so we're back at the trader. For those of you who didn't know, last time what we did is you come into the trader. Oh gosh, you don't press F on the automatic doors, that's what you don't do. We come up here by pressing spacebar, we go to the weapon section, which is over there. And you press F on the trader. This will then allow me to show me office. I can now sell these guns. So we just click on assault rifle. We sell 20, now we have 45,000 credits, which is more than enough for everything we need to do. So we could just run straight back to the ship. And oh gosh, me and pressing buttons are not going well. Where's my ship? Was it not through there? There we go. Okay, so we can run back to the ship now. Get back in the ship. Now, in here, oh, we've only got 1% fuel in the ship, so gosh, that was cutting it fine. So we can now buy 600 credits worth of fuel. Okay, and obviously we've now filled all of our fuel tanks. Okay, which is actually going to be quite a lot. So when we go back onto the main and we go on manage, we can now withdraw a huge amount of fuel, I should imagine. So let's just see how much we withdraw. Yes, we can draw 59 Promethean packs. Okay, which is obviously plenty of fuel for the base. So all I'm going to do is just repeat that process a few times. I'm going to go on station services, buy maximum fuel, go back to main, manage it, and withdraw it all. And this way I'm just going to fill up my inventory with plenty of fuel basically. I'll do this a couple of times and I'll meet you back at the base. Okay, so we're back at the base. I've taken the fuel tanks off since we only used them to fill up extra fuel, so we didn't have to do the process many times. I've just got 295 sets of Promethium, and also my ship is also fully fueled. So 100% fuel inside the ship, and we've also got all the Promethium inside here. So the best way to transfer it from here into the base, because it's too heavy for me, okay, is to go on, actually we'll do this quickly, we need to go base, we'll go on where we want to store it, which will be this large container here, and then we'll move it across. So quickly, I'll do it, so first I'm going to get rid of these, we'll use these at some point, but first, yep, you're on here, and then you go on to the small vessel, and then we can just drag from the small vessel directly into here without me having to transfer it manually or anything like that. So we have plenty of fuel for the base. So now we just go next to the base, press P, and we can now manage the fuel. We select the base, we select the cargo container we need, and we can then just dump the fuel into the base. So now you can see we've got loads of fuel and plenty left over. So we can now, the base will be back on, and we'll be creating the concretes plus more weapons, but we can do the weapons again at another time. We'll just have these as spare for now. So yeah, what we're going to do is build up the base today. It's just the basic framework. It won't look absolutely amazing when we're finished. I don't like that bug. That bug on one of my other games that I played when I was learning, that bug killed me and I didn't like it, and goodbye. Yep, there we go. Alien worm, he's dead. He gave me some kind of burn, I couldn't cure it, and I died, and so I have a big resentment from him, so he's now dead, and goodbye. Okay, so, again, that's why the ships are good, like, it's just so easy to kill things on there. Or at least the animals. It's when you go into space and you come across a big capital ship from an enemy empire, yeah, I'm going to get blown to smithereens in this ship, so we will be going bigger at some point. Bigger, well, bigger could be better, I suppose, depending on who you talk to. Now, okay, so we're going to build up the base a lot, and the best way to do that is, again, we can then just go, we go F5, we build using the drone, so we'll be able to use the drone to build, and we also need to go F4, and we need to link our inventory to the base inventory that we're going to be using, which will be this one. Okay, so we link the inventory, and we drag the concrete blocks here, so we're using the inventory, using the drone, and we can build up everything. So we'll just do that now. So my plan for the base is, I'm obviously going to just, let's go with too high for that. Yeah, so we're going to build up this first. This is like the generator room. I'm just going to make it very small. There's no need to make this particularly accessible, simply because it's not going to be like used particularly. I will make it too tall though, and I'll show you why. Well, it's just so I can fit more generators in at some point. Actually, that's not going to work. I need to stop doing what I'm doing. Just, we can fill that up, okay, and put that there. Right, yeah, so we'll fill up, I'm going to fill up this generator. The reason why I'm keeping it like this is because I want to use the curved walls. I think it'll look a little bit better, but this will just literally be a little block. It's like an extension block for the generator. So the plans for the base, obviously we're going to enclose the generator room. I haven't decided whether I just want to make this entire windows yet, just to see, see what it looks like, see if it's nice. I'm too far away. So yeah, we're going to build up all of this, put some windows in, and I'm also going to make a solar panel farm here as well. So at the moment we're using the generator and the fuel, but it would be nice to have a solar farm here as well, so we don't always have to rely on purchasing fuel for the base. Be a little bit easier just to, forget about it, I suppose. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to neaten this off. Actually, I've already made a bit of a boo-boo. We retrieve you. So yeah, I'll curve all of this off now. What I'm going to do is I'll show you in fact, I'll show you very quickly then. Oh gosh, I press every button wrong at every single possible time. So we're just going to run back around here. And I'm deciding I'm going to make 2 entrances. So I'm also going to make an entrance in the middle here as well. So we're going to have one there, one there. For the entrances, I'm just going to build like an entrance that looks a little bit like this. This will be the door here. We'll have a little window up there, and then these two will be windows. And I'm just going to make the same here as well. Now we're also, for the roof, I was thinking maybe just do a cross like that, and then one there, and then we're going to have those four things as windows. So to make windows, you simply will go onto here. Oh gosh, you go onto here. This is currently making all our guns, but we don't need the windows just yet. So we go on here, and you can see there's different ways to make windows. Again, the most important thing you need to do for making windows, okay, is click base. You need to make sure that you're building the windows for the base and not a ship. So with windows, we're just going to click here. There's many different types of windows in here. We're going to need a few. So let's probably put in... we don't need all these guns now, so we'll just get rid of them. Let's put in 40 windows for now. No, let's do more than that. Let's do... Oh! Let's do 50. Oh, no, we don't want 140. We want 50. So we'll do 50 windows. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill all these up with windows. Yep, and I'll just do everything I've just said, and you can join me once that's done. Okay, it just occurred to me not everyone may have seen every video I've done, so just so you know that when I mean curve, you right click and you just click, you have a whole bunch of selections. You click the one you want, and then you use end and delete to rotate it to the way you want. So end rotates it around the axis, delete changes the axis that it rotates on. Okay, and then I just simply mean we'll put them here, and then for here we'll change the axis, sorry, and spin it around like that. Okay, and then we'll just drag it down. There we go. Okay, that's what I meant by just curving it off. I'm going to do all this off camera though. So yeah, you can join me when that's done. Okay, so I've done pretty much everything I want to do with the windows now. You can see all of these sides have windows in. I just use this window panel. Again, if you right click, you can choose the type of window. We just went for lots of 2x2s, 1x2s and some 1x1s just to fill in all of these spaces here. From the outside, it's like blacked out glass. So if you go F5, you see it's like it looks a little bit like that. So it's like a blacked out glass. I also built the beginnings of our solar farm, so just a little bit of a foundation. We'll go into that in a bit. But yeah, so far so good. I mean, it's not a work of art by any means, but it's definitely going to serve its purpose. It will be airtight soon. To make it airtight, we just need to build some doors. So what we'll do now is we'll just do that. So we'll build automatic doors. Maybe we'll need 3. We need 3 at the moment. So we'll let them build. And we'll put one here, and one there. Now, the other thing I want to do as well is we need to get some lights as well. So we'll just build these lights, and we'll build 20 lights will probably be enough for what I want to do. So we're going to build 20 lights, which will help us light up, obviously, the base. We've got the automatic doors building now. In fact, they're practically ready, so we'll put them on a hotbar. Inside here, okay, I want to do a little bit better with the generators. So what I'm going to do is those 2 fuel tanks that I built earlier, I'm going to use them. I'm also going to build actually no, I'm not, because they're for the small ship. I'm going to build, so where are we at? We need the generator. So there's a fuel tanks here. The generator is fine for now, but we want some more fuel tanks, and that will allow the base to hold more energy. So we're going to build 4 more for now. Just the small ones are fine. I'm going to go to sleep, and I'll join me in the morning when everything's built. No, I'm not. There's an hour left. I'm not going to go to sleep right now. I'm just going to put the doors on. So I completely lied. Okay, so we'll just get those doors onto our inventory. And so yeah, if you right click, you have a whole style of door. Each one has its own kind of like hit points. That this is 100, this is 120, this is only 40, that's only 40 as well, this is 100. So you can choose what kind of hit points you want. The center doors seem to have the most hit points. So we're going to go with door centered 2 for the entrance. So we'll just spin that round and we'll put that there, and we'll spin that round there. So that's the entrance to the base. We also are going to put a door here, but we don't need to worry too much about the hit points for this one. So we'll just do that. So that's like the door into the generator room, okay, which is radioactive, so we don't want to go in there. And then we've got these doors here to get in and outside the base. This is now actually airtight. So what I'll also do is once these fuel tanks and everything are constructed, we're going to build a... I'm doing this more for demonstration purposes. I don't need this on this planet, but I'm just going to show you how it works, just in case anyone was wondering. So we go into F5, we go into the base mode. I think it's miscellaneous. We need to get a ventilator. So a ventilator distributes oxygen around into an area. And we also need an O2 tank for the base. And is there one already built? That's the question. Yeah, so we already have a small O2 tank, that's fine. So what we do now is we build a small O2 tank, and we build a ventilator. Okay, and I'll show you how they work in the morning, but I'll add these into the base just so you can see that once you've built these doors, okay, and you pressurize the base, you can then add oxygen to it. It's very important for a planet which has no oxygen. At some point, you know, that will happen. So yeah, now I will see you in the morning. Okay, so bright and early. What we're going to do now is just finish off what we were doing before. So everything will have built overnight. Now I need to access all of that. So we need to put the fuel tanks in. We don't need the windows anymore. We'll keep the blocks for now. We need lights. We need the O2 tank. We need the ventilator. And that will be everything. So for the ventilator, okay, it doesn't really matter where you put it. It will just distribute oxygen within the room that it's in. So for now, I'm just going to drill a hole in the base. Probably, you know what? Here, no. Here is as good as any. Okay, and we put the ventilator there. So this will now ventilate oxygen into here. To have this work though, we need to put the O2 tank somewhere. So we'll put this in the little radiation room. I'm going to assume the O2 tank is protected from radiation, and then we can put some extra fuel tanks inside here. We'll put one there and one there. Right, so now there's loads of fuel tanks. So when we press P, we'll see that we've only got 12%, but we can hold so much more fuel now. So if let's go back on P and I go and manage. We have all this promethium here. It almost took all of it, but now because we have so many tanks, the length of time this station will run is drastically increased. I don't really need to worry too much now about it running out overnight. There's 91 hours of power. I think it's not. No, is that 91 minutes or hours? I'll check it. I'll let you know. 91 hours seems a bit excessive. I don't think it's 91. It must be 91 minutes. But either way, so we have 91 minutes worth of power. I'm going to assume it's minutes. So we can rely on this. Also with the oxygen, we can now... I'll show you how this works. So we can increase the oxygen. So we just go on manage. We'll take the oxygen bottle out of the small vessel for now. And we'll pop that in there. So you can see that's given us 25% oxygen. And it also adds the oxygen inside here. Okay, so the oxygen is done. Right, lights. So again, like with everything else, you have a selection of lights. You can choose any of these to work for the base. So inside, yeah, I think that's good. We'll go for the kind of square one, and we'll just put one here, one here, one here, and one in the middle here. Okay, so that will be plenty inside. It looks a little bit dark still, but that's because we haven't I haven't turned the brightness up. So the way that works, this is quite a good way of doing it again. You go on devices, we can group the devices quickly, so we'll auto group them. So this puts all the lights into one area, and then we can change all the lights in one go. So we can change the intensity, the range. So what I like to do is put them on max range, increase the intensity to 3, and just change that color. And I click apply to group, and it changes the light. So now it's very, very light inside. In fact, this is probably just a touch too light. So I can, again, just go straight in here. I can change the intensity to maybe 2. That might be a bit of a better one. Apply to group. Okay, yeah, good. So now you can see that inside we are fully lit up. So when we go in here, it's all now lit properly. The light disperses nicely. So this is about right for what we need inside the base. For outside the base, oh my god, our bug friend is back. Not having it. Honestly, I'm so annoyed with these little guys. This guy killed me on one of my things. It was so annoying. So none of them will live. Not if I can help it anyway. Okay, and we'll have some lights for the outside of the base as well, but I don't think this light is the best. Maybe like that. What's this? Is that like a street light? We don't need that for there. Let me see. Let's go with... I think that's nice, and we'll just change the angle slightly. And there. Great, so now the whole outside of the base will be completely lit. We will obviously light up all this area when we do the solar panels later. One thing I do want to do though is I want to be able to get to the roof. So I want to be able to just go straight up. So the way we're going to do this is we go onto F3. I think it's in base. It might not be in base. Maybe it's miscellaneous. We'll need elevator blocks. So these elevator blocks will allow us to go up. We'll just build those very quickly. So we need to go on base. Components, we'll need 4. So we'll build these 4 elevator blocks, and we're going to have our elevator maybe here for now. That'll be fine. It might change a little bit. We're also going to sort out the storage as well. So do we have the containers all built? The storage? No, we need to unlock that. So we're going to do a bit like how we did with the ship. We're going to do container storage systems. So within the base, we're going to get the container controller, and then we're going to get the container extension. Okay, and I'll show you how that works now as well. So we'll need the container control, or we need the extension. We'll go for 10, and we'll get the container controller. Okay, so first things first, we'll get the elevator blocks in. So the elevator blocks, we can just go there, there, and we can't. Okay, let me get rid of this block here. Oh, please. Got a drone. We'll get rid of this block here. Perfect. And we'll come back out of that. We'll add the elevator block up there. Okay, so this now means that when we go up here, we can kind of fly up top to the roof. So now we're on the roof, and to get back down, we just press C. So it's a really nice system. What we're going to do now is, obviously, this then depressurizes the base. The base, obviously, we'll need to build a little roof bit here. I will do that off camera. It'll be very similar to this kind of structure, but for now, at least we can get to the top of the roof. We don't have to worry too much about it being open. Okay, so for the container system, so the way this works, okay, is this is the storage. So we're going to block the window, but it'll be okay for now. So we can put this storage here. Now this by itself has 8,000 volume. These have 16,000 volume, but every single one of these containers that we add next to it will give it another 8,000 volume. So what we can do is we can then just build here. We're going to block the windows, but again, it doesn't matter too much, and we can build there. So we have quite a large set of storage containers now, and when I look in specifically this has 72,000 storage now, and it's all in one big container. So it completely, it's so much better than just having these here. So, and again, the best way to transfer everything over is this is the base. We go on container controller, and we just simply transfer everything over. So from this one, we just basically move everything. I think we can just click that. There we go. So we can move everything over into this container. So I built everything we need for our solar farm. Okay. I thought I'd build a bed as well. I built a clone chamber. The bed is just more like furniture, but it's basically just going to set our home point. So we're just going to go, the bed can just go there for now, and the clone chamber can go here. So the clone chamber is the respawn point, so I can now set my base as home spawn. So that is, if I do die, this is where I'll come out of. This is where I can now sleep until morning. So previously I was running out to the tent to sleep in the tent, so I now no longer need to do that, so we can get rid of the tent. You can also see how the base looks at night. So you can see that we've lit up the outside area quite nicely, and inside we are nice and light as well during nighttime. So this is all looking pretty good. So the solar farm we will do in the morning. Okay, but there's one thing that I kind of should have shown you as well, which is we need to defend the base. Okay, so before we do anything else, I'm just going to get this projectile turret. Okay, so it's massive, but this is how we defend the base from any potential, oh gosh, can't even get up, any potential attackers. So we pop the projectile turret up here, and then this will automatically, don't say a word, don't comment, don't mention anything. You saw nothing, nothing happened. In fact, I'm just merely checking through my inventory to just check my first aid is okay. And you saw nothing. I'm just going to eat some food as well. So we go 9. And just, yeah, so nothing happened. You saw nothing. I didn't fall off the roof. That would be silly. Okay, so yeah, that gun will actually protect our base more or less from any invaders. Now, the reason I show you that is because when I checked on our statistics, I noticed that we're due an attack. So Zyrax, the people we killed for some experience, they're going to come back, and they're going to attack us in less than 1 day. So what it seems like a good place to stop the episode here, because I've got a feeling I'm going to get attacked in the next 5 or 10 minutes. So I'm going to leave this episode here. Next episode, we're going to build more of the base. We're going to do the solar farm, and we'll just finish up the base. And then I think because we're going to get attacked during that by the Zyrax, we're also going to attack them back, you know, tit for tat. That's how I like to play. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was just about, you know, just making the base a little bit better. I think we've got a good start. We'll expand this, probably not much more. I think this will be more or less it for home. As I said, the main thing I want to do in this game is build a big capital ship, which will be my base. The capital ship will be my base, and it'll be a movable base. So this is just going to be where we'll use this to build the capital ship, but once the capital ship is built, I don't see any reason to keep this. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Something I never really asked for though is, if you do enjoy the content, please consider subscribing if you're not, and maybe leave a like or a comment. Comment on anything you want to see in the videos, if anything you enjoyed seeing, it'll be really helpful. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.